and Management. We have been awarded the Diamond Overall Rating by QSIH, and we follow the excellent band of ARIA ranking. We have recently become a prayer center and have become one of the 14 prayer centers all over India to be granted a grant of rupees 3 crore from the Government of India to promote entrepreneurship. It's a congratulations to all of us. We're a proud moment. The list of achievement is too long, but we need to start the program too. So we need to begin the program now, and I now request our dignitaries to welcome our guests for today. I request Director General Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management, Dr. Subhas to present a welcome bouquet to Professor Sandeep Sancheti, Vice Chancellor, Bajaj University, Gujarat. Please, sir. A huge round of applause. Thank you for being with us here today. I would now request Director General Institute of Management and Research, Dr. Sapna Rakesh Ma'am, to welcome Dr. R.K. Singh, Vice Chancellor, Patliputra University, Patna. A huge round of applause. Thank you, sir, for being here, and thank you, ma'am, for doing the honors. I will now request Dr. Sajjan Singh, Dean Strategy, GLBITM, to present a bouquet to welcome Dr. Manish Kaur, Pro Vice Chancellor, AKT. Thank you for being here, sir, and thank you for doing the honors. I would once again request Dr. Sajjan sir, Dean Strategy, GLBITM, to please present a welcome bouquet to our Director, sir, Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra. Thank you, sir. I request Dean DSW, Mahavir Singh, Professor, to please welcome Dr. Prabhat Sharma, Scientist, DRDO. It's an honor to have you here, sir. Thank you for doing the honors. May I now call on Dean Allied Branches Computer Science Engineering, Dr. Naresh Kumar, to present a welcome bouquet to Professor Antonio Belletta from the University of Messina, Italy. An honor to have you, sir. And thank you for doing the honors, Naresh, sir. I now request Dr. Sapna Rakesh ma'am to once again welcome Ms. Lara Sian, CEO, Silver Trades Philippines. Thank you for being with us, ma'am. I humbly request Dean Student Welfare, Dr. Mahavir Singh, sir, to once again welcome Dr. Jagdishwaran Rajendran from School of EEE University, Sense, Malaysia. Wonderful to have people from far and wide to attend this conference. May I now request Naresh sir once again to please present a welcome bouquet to Professor Bayan Singh from IPT Lucknow. Naresh sir. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Dinesh Singh, Professor in the Department of ECE, to please welcome Professor Prabhakar Tiwari, MMUT, Gorakhpur. Professor Prabhakar Tiwari ji, an honor to have you here. So let's once again welcome all the dignitaries. A huge round of applause, all of you. Thank you, everyone. As we begin this conference, let us take the presence of Goddess Saraswati by invoking her through the lamp lighting ceremony. May I now invite the guests of honor and all the dignitaries to light the lamp. This is a traditional symbol of knowledge and wisdom, and it reminds us of the importance of learning, sharing, and moving together. Requesting all those who are seated, your students, please bow down your head and devotion. Let us invoke Goddess. Thank you, everyone. Ganesh Vandana is a traditional devotional song to honor not only the loss of wisdom and success. Let us take the blessings of the Lord through this performance of our students. Let's have Ganesh Vandana. Can we play the Ganesh Vandana, please?
गीतलीलाय गीताश्रयाय गीतवाद्य पटवे गीतचरिताय गायकगणाय गायकाधीन विग्रहाय गंगाजलधनाय एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गम्भीरतनयाय धीमहि गजेशाय गजचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय
Thank you so much for this devotional performance. GN Bajaj is a beautiful campus. So now let's have a campus tour right here, sitting right away in front of you. You have a campus tour of GN Bajaj. All the students and all the faculties. Yes, thank you. I hope the guests liked our campus. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. And how the students, did you like our campus? Wonderful, wonderful. May I now take the honor of giving a short introduction of our guest, chief guest, Dr. Subhas Sarkar. Dr. Subhas Sarkar has a BSc Honours degree from Bankura Christian College, University of Bajaj. He has done his MBBS from BS Medical College, Calcutta University. He has done various courses in ultrasonography, infertility, and laparoscopy. He is a life member of the Federation of Obstetric and Gynecological Societies of India, the SCOPSI, and Indian Medical Association. He was elected to the Lok Sabha lower house of the Parliament of India from Bankura, West Bengal in 2019 Indian general election as a member of the BJP. He is currently serving as the Union Minister of State in the Ministry of Education India and the second Modi Ministry. We are honored to have some of the leading experts in the field here today with us today. But before that, our chief guest has sent a small message, as I earlier mentioned, that he is not physically present with us here today. But he has sent a short message for all of us. Could you please play the message? Request all of you to orient yourself towards the screen.
Namaskar. One greetings to all. First of all, I should convey my pain as I could not be present in front of you physically. Today, our Honorable Prime Minister is coming in front of students, teachers, parents, and the society in the कार्यक्रम of Pariksha Pe Charcha. And I am to be present with him as it is a program by Ministry of Education. Let us come to today's topic. The real intelligence of a human being lies in making artificial intelligence perform the task on his behalf. This is called smart work, and in this age of metaverse, we need youth who work smartly. I am extremely delighted that GL Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management has organized this international conference on artificial intelligence and smart communication, that is AISC 2023. I am humbled by the respect showered on me by making me the chief guest of such an august event. Artificial intelligence has permeated our daily lives in almost all aspects, be it healthcare, education, or even in the entertainment. It has a huge potential again. India has a great responsibility of taking the lead of this area through extensive research under the able leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. Bharat aims at achieving Atmanirbharta through the Make in India policy. But to make this possible, the education system has to be reworked and foresee this problem. Our Honorable Prime Minister has already given us a solution in the form of AP 2020, which acknowledges and promotes the importance of AI at all levels of education. There is no doubt that AI already changing the working culture. People also have a little fear that we AI is taking charge of our lives and deciding on our behalf. We may become slaves to this technology. Actually, it is not. But as Madam Puri had mentioned a century ago, what is that? That nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. With right understanding and deep research, AI will prove a boon of the society and will be complementary to human growth. Yes, when I was talking to the management of GL Bajaj and during the discussion, I came to know about the visit of Dr. K. Shivan, the former ISRO chief, to inaugurate the NVGR, AI Learning and Research Center at GL Bajaj campus. It is an exceptional decision taken by the management to do this, as I have heard about NVGR technologies being used by NASA, Amazon Web Services, IBM Salesforce, etc., giving a chance to students to excel in areas that the future will dominate is indeed worth appreciating. I think this saying would be right here. If you prepare the rooms, you do not need to repair the floors. I once again congratulate the entire team of GL Bajaj Institute, which has contributed in organizing the informative conference, and I wholeheartedly wish that all the participants enhance their knowledge banks through this conference. Keep growing. Last but not the least, I would like to share this quote, which is more of an advice to all of you. As more and more artificial intelligence is entering into the world, more and more emotional intelligence must enter into leadership. Thank you. Keep researching and keep growing Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Thank you, sir, for those kind words, and indeed a wonderful gesture in spite of being so busy. We could take out the time to send us this message. We are honored to have some of the leading experts in the field here with us today to share their insights and perspectives on the future of AI and smart communication. And we'll have an enlightening discussion on the topics like natural language processing, computer vision, and smart cities. Without further delay, I would request Director Sir, JBITM, along with all the guests of honors and keynote speakers, to please take their place on the dais. Requesting Dr. Sandeep Sancheti, VC Marwadi University, to please come on the dais. Professor R.K. Singhji, Dr. Manish Gaurji, Dr. Prabhat Sharma ji, Professor Anchal, Dr. Lara Sian, Professor Jagdishwaran, Professor Y.N. Singh, Professor Prabhakar Tiwari, Dean Strategy, GLBITL, Dr. Sashank Awasthi ji, thank you everyone. For further briefings of the program, I would like to call upon Dr. Shilpa Chaudhary to take over. Thank you. Thank you, Aarti ma'am. Moving forward, I would like to introduce our director, a forward-thinking and experienced administrator, Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra, is currently serving as a director at GL Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management. He received his PhD and MPhil degree in CSE from MNIT Allahabad. He has also served as a Dean of Academic Affairs at BIT Bangalore. He is an able negotiator, an excellent resource planner. Now I would request Sir to please come for the welcome address.
Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary. Good morning, everyone. It's a proud privilege to welcome you to this international conference on artificial intelligence and smart communication AISC 2023. I, on behalf of the entire GL Bajaj fraternity and my own behalf, welcome the guests on the dais and off the dais, the directors and deans of various institutes, my esteemed colleagues, my fellow students, friends from media, both print and digital, all the participants who have joined us physically and virtually across the globe. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to this conference. I feel proud that I am in this elite gathering and addressing you all. It is indeed a great honor to extend a warm welcome to the guest, chief guest of today's function, Honorable Indian Minister of State of Education, Dr. Subhas Sarkar. Just now we witnessed his video message. I can tell you his enthusiasm and eagerness for interaction with the participants and delegates over the couple of meetings I had regarding this particular invitation with Dr. Sarkar was mesmerizing, and his commitment is quite reflected that because of the last minute schedule, he could not make it up physically, but he sent his video message. He was very particularly keen to interact with the student entrepreneurs and researchers uh, through this project and startup expo that we have conducted alongside this particular conference. So I extend a hearty thank to him, though he was busy with a lot of exercises of the ministry, but he could find time to send us a video message. It's a proud privilege to extend a warm welcome to Professor Sandeep Sancheti, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Marwadi University, Gujarat. who is the guest of honor for today's function. Sir, the profiles that you have held over a career illustrious career of more than 3 decades uh, speaks the volume of your contribution to the education in India as an academician and administrator. And with your current role as the Vice Chancellor, I can understand you have a lot of assignments of traveling and a lot of scheduling of the events. We thank you for finding time from a busy schedule to be present here. It's a really an honor to have you. With a lot of enthusiasm, I welcome Professor R.K. Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Patliputra University, Patna. Patliputra University has been established in 2018. So your contributions and efforts to bring up a new university to a glory is well appreciated, sir. And particularly when you heard about Patliputra, in the history, this name has a glorified history, and I wish under your able leadership, Patliputra University will be able to do justice to the name it inherits. Thank you for being with us today. I extend my warm welcome to Professor Manish Gaur, Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor of Abdul Kalam University, Lucknow, popularly known as AKTU. Just to make you aware, probably a lot of us might be knowing, AKTU is the largest university in terms of enrollment of the students. Around 4 lakh students are enrolled under this university. You can imagine Professor Gaur being the Pro-Vice Chancellor, one of the top administrators of such a huge university. We can comprehend the busy schedule, and it's great to have you here despite your prior commitments. I extend my warm welcome to Professor Antonio Galeta from University of Messina, Italy. You being here makes the conference really international, and thank you for finding time and traveling here. Professor Antonio was sharing that this is his first visit to India. I hope that you will cherish the memories when you go back, and we wish that your stay here is as pleasant as possible. Okay. And thank you for being here. I welcome Dr. Lara Lianxian, who is the CEO of Silver Trades from Philippines. She was sharing the experience that she has her own Bitcoin, and the good thing is that she still feels enthusiastic to learn, and she is pursuing her second PhD. Sometimes people get really exhausted by doing one PhD. She has not given up the research attitude, which is great to have. Thank you for being here, Lara. You also bring that, apart from, as I said, the international flavor, you also bring the industry connect to this particular conference, which is well recognized and welcome. It's my privilege to welcome the keynote speakers for this particular conference, who will be delivering their addresses at various time frames. Keynote speeches are the backbone of any conference. All other presentations and ideas work around them. So it's my privilege to welcome Professor Vayan Singh from IIT Lucknow. He happens to be the Dean Research as well of FATU, and Professor Jagdishwaran Rajendran from Malaysia. Thank you for finding time to be here. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome one more guest of honor. Dr. Subhas Sarkar is a scientist of e-cadre from DRDO. Welcome, Mr. Sir. Over a cup of coffee when we were discussing, I could realize the enthusiasm of a scientist from a research organization. You being here gives a new dimension to this conference with the research related to laser technologies and RF technologies. Thank you for finding time. And I must also mention that he belongs to Dehradun. He is serving at Dehradun DRDO. And today morning at 5 o'clock, he started on his vehicle to reach here so that in this winter, North India is really a commendable job. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. So apart from the delegates who are sitting on the dais, I welcome all the delegates and participants who are off the dais and has contributed immensely to the organizing of this particular conference. The conference has been shared by the Master of Ceremony at the beginning. Artificial intelligence has been a part of our daily life. It has, as Dr. Sarkar also shared, probably we are also finding a race between the human intelligence and the artificial intelligence. And by and large, this race is going to make research and contribution to this AI field immensely by various researchers. With the growth of IoT and sensor network and body sensor networks and so on and so forth, smart communication has also played a key role. And down the line, in few years, in the near future, we will find a lot of these devices being in play, and also the artificial intelligence and all these devices will help us to take a more better and clear judgment and will help us to shape the entire process in a better way. So that particular topic of this conference has been justified by the kind of research that is the volume of research that goes into AI and smart communication. This particular conference that is going to be held for the next 3 days has got 4 tracks. We will conduct 22 sessions where selected 300 papers will be presented out of 1,600 submissions across the globe. So this conference, in terms of volume of submission and the amount of research that has been planned to be presented, has already become a success. But I would like to just end up my talk with a thought that the research needs to be more impactful. When you talk about the impact of a research, the impact is how it is going to make a real change in the real life. And a conference plays a key role in making a platform or providing a platform to make impactful research. If you really analyze, the research can be made impactful primarily on 4 accounts. One is the reach, one is the engagement, the third one is the change that you want to bring, and the fourth one is amplify. Now, what is reach? When I talk about reach, I feel like you need to share your ideas, you need to share your research that you have done with people. If you don't reach out, nobody knows what you have really achieved, what you have really learned. So reaching is one of the important aspects to make a really impactful research. Number 2 is engage. If you engage with policymakers, you engage with academicians, you engage with people who really going to make the research useful. You will be able to get the feedback how to change your ideas or how to rework so that the research really becomes meaningful. The third point, as I was pointing out, was the change. You need to understand the importance of the change that you want to bring to your research, whether it is an awareness change, whether it is a policy change, whether it is a some technology change. You need to be very clear about it. Because if you are not clear, then the impact will not be that important. And fourth, but not the last, but not the least, you need to amplify. The scalability of any research is most crucial. The research, when you come with some sort of a finding, is not going to impact a smaller gathering. So if you have a solution for the local community, you should always ponder about how to make this particular solution available to the global community at large. If you can do that, then we can really have an impact in research. A good conference plays a vital role in providing a platform, particularly for all these four uh, targeted goals. I wish this conference will have its due share of success. Thank you very much for being here. I welcome once again to all of you, and I hope that and ensure that for the next 3 days we will have qualitative discussion, qualitative presentations, and a lot of insightful interactions. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful words. Moving ahead, I would like to give a brief introduction about Dr. Bajaj journey. He received his BCA from Government Engineering College, Kota, in the year 2000 and received his MTech degree in Integrated Electronics and Circuits from Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, in 2011. He has more than 18 years of experience in research. He was awarded PhD in Development of Detection, Enhancement, Algorithms for Ground Penetration Radar from Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at IIT Roorkee in year 2018. Since 2003, he is working as a scientist in Instrument Research and Development Establishment, Dehradun. He published various research papers in national and international journals and conferences. His research interests includes radar signal processing, remote sensing, signal processing, laser instrumentation, and laser range sensors. I would now request Sir to come for the address.
Uh, Good morning, respected chief guests, dignitaries, delegates, students, friends. So, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to GL Bajaj Institute of Technology for giving me this honor. So, the title, just we talk your title of conference first. Artificial intelligence and smart communication. What is AI? Not we will not go in technical. AI is just a human capability or human thinking, artificially imitated. So everyone know the tools of AI is available. Online cloud computation, OLAPs, and TensorFlow is also available. So anyone can first learn these tools, then go inside the AI. And same we go your second topic. This is smart communication. So smart communication mainly responsible for your IoT platform first. During COVID gave us a bad experience also. That so many disasters happened. Now, but it gives a wonderful things. This IoT platform, online education platform, and another things work from home culture was also come from the COVID. So these are the my viewpoints about your conference. at last, is one simple question is artificial intelligence is more intelligent than human or less intelligent? If this answer will be open for future, and maybe God knows. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Moving forward to our next guest, Dr. Manish Gaur. He is a professor in computer science at Indian Institute of Engineering and Technology in Lucknow. Currently, Professor Gaur is an adjunct professor at IIT Jammu. He served as founder director of Center for Advanced Studies at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow from year 2017 till 2021. His research area can be broadly classified as formal methods and verification of large systems, semantics of co-current programming language. His research work interest includes formal modeling of stochastic behavior of process in a distributed network. Professor Gaur is an honorary research fellow of University of Glasgow, UK. Professor Gaur obtained his doctorate degree in computer science from University of Sussex, UK, MTech in computer science from IIT Delhi, and bachelor's in engineering from NIT Surat. Professor Gaur academic track has been extraordinary throughout. Now I would like to request Sir to address the gathering.
Very good morning to all of you. Director of the Institute, Professor Mishra, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Marwadi University, Gujarat, Professor Sanchetti, Vice Chancellor of Patliputra University, Dr. Prabhat Sharma, Dr. Lara, Professor Antonio, traveling far away from Italy, Chief Guest in absentia, Dr. Subhas Sarkar, Union Minister of State, who we heard at the beginning of the session, Professor Jagdeshwaran Rajendran from Malaysia, keynote speakers, Professor Y.N. Singh, distinguished gathering, faculty members, deans, heads of the departments, and above all, dear students. I am extremely glad to be here among you at the inaugural ceremony of this international conference. I am thrilled to watch the movie about your campus activities, and the gathering over here. In fact, it has given us a goosebumps to look at this institution for our improvements. So I compliment the entire organization. I compliment all the faculty members, students for their untiring efforts and to bringing to the institute at this level. This conference is about artificial intelligence. Day and night, morning till evening, we all hear about artificial intelligence and machine learning. Long back, somebody has said to me that intelligence can never be artificial and machine can never learn. Nonetheless, artificial intelligence is basically a tool assisting the human intelligence. Similarly, of course, machine can never learn, machine can understand, and learnings are done by the living beings only. But together, they can change our lives. And every day we see that how artificial intelligence and machine learning is transforming and assisting all endeavors of life. In fact, sometimes I used to fear about, the kind of potential that this particular area of study will bring. I don't know how many of you have used Chat GPT, which was launched in November this year, last year. Hugely successful and intelligent platform. And I can guarantee that for most of the students, this is going to do your all assignments given into the classroom. There is hardly any doubt about that. I personally have used, and as a teacher now I fear that we need to design a new assignment which ChatGPT cannot understand. And that's the kind of thing which is going to happen. Almost every walk of life, no matter what branch of study are you in, no matter what area of life you are experiencing, AI is going to impact each and everything. Now, this conference, I have been given to understand that out of 1,600 total submissions, only 300 could get selected for the presentation. This is a 20% figure, which is by any standard is far, far complimentary figure, and I compliment all the organizers of the seminar and all the technical committee members for this outstanding performance. Now, GL Bajaj group of institutions has been doing phenomenally well. They have a number of institutions in the state, and I have been keeping a track of how the students are going to opt about the various institutions which are there in offer by the AKT. And this is a criteria which in fact characterizes the overall index of any institution. And GL Bajaj, out of many institutions, is among the top 10 institutions which are the preferred destination about our institution. I must compliment the promoters of the college, the chairman, vice chairman of the group, who are taking such a wonderful lead in bringing this institution at the highest level. Now, as far as the education scenario of the country is concerned, there is a lot of change which is on the offer. Gone are the days when the education was compartmentalized. When we studied, we don't used to talk much to the mechanical engineering students. Mechanical engineering students don't talk too much to the civil engineering students, and so forth. Because once you are admitted into a particular stream, you are so restricted to your department and your stream itself. Gone are the days, dear friends. I recall once when I returned back from England, I was appearing for an interview at IIT where I got selected but didn't join. And one of the last questions which was asked by the panel was that, can you tell, I come from an area which is theoretical computer science. So the panel asked me, can you tell that to which branch of engineering a helicopter belongs to? Now, for 30 seconds, I was mum. In fact, if you closely look at, helicopter belongs to almost every discipline of studies, basic studies. It belongs to aeronautical studies, it belongs to mechanical engineering, it belongs to design, it belongs to civil engineering, in fact, because wherever you are going to land it, you need to design your helipads and all. So weight bearing, etc., etc. So it's a culmination. It belongs to electronics engineering, it belongs to computer science. It's a culmination of many studies together. In fact, whatever product that we see today is a melting pot of almost every branch of studies. So what I am talking about is the need for interdisciplinary studies, the need for promotion of interdisciplinary studies. The new education policy, the government, they are pushing very hard to break this compartmentalization and encourage project studies in form of interdisciplinary interactions and studies. In this direction, AKTU has taken number of lead. We have started courses with major and minor degree provisions, which gives you ample opportunity to explore this particular aspect of study. You can create your own study basket. We have offered honors degree, those who want to specialize in a particular field of study. So all such experimentations, I will not call experimentations, they are proven, they have been in offering by many foreign universities and some universities in India for long. We are also on the same train or rail at this point of time. At the same time, multi-linguistic studies are also in promotion. You might have heard or might have read in the papers that now the Supreme Court verdicts are going to be made available in multilingual languages all across state. Now we have promoted the delivery of lectures as well as responses in the answer sheets in bilingual manner. So you can answer in English, Hindi. This does not mean that you need to exclusively answer either in English or in Hindi. You can use bilingual language in the same answer script, and our faculty will be trained to evaluate that. The philosophy of the Honorable Prime Minister of India has been that your thought process, your knowledge, your wisdom should not be obstructed by the linguistic barriers. It does not mean that we are opposing English or any other language, but we are in fact encouraging those who are non-expressive in terms of these linguistic barriers. So for that also, AKTU has taken a lead. We are giving reasonable autonomy to the institution so that you can design your own curriculum, you can conduct your own examinations, and this is being taken forward in a very graded manner. We have number of schemes. There's not enough time where the research, the student scholarships are being promoted by the AKTU funds. You can always, participate into that. At the same time, we have set up a specialized center named as Center for Advanced Studies for Postgraduate and Research Studies. State-of-art laboratories. I must say that state-of-art laboratories, some of the labs are even non-existent in entire North India. And when I say that, I include institutions like IIT Kanpur and IIT Delhi. I am a very regular visitor to this institution. If you come and see the labs in artificial intelligence, labs in cyber security, you will be astonished to see, you will be amazed to see that the kind of infrastructure that we have built up. Only thing is you need to participate, you need to join, to utilize those facilities along with your faculty members, and there are enough provision for that. Another area in which we have come up with the state-of-art facilities is nanotechnology. Apart from artificial and machine learning, I must say that the area in cyber security, the area in quantum computing, this is not the time I'll talk about quantum computing, but next era is going to be of quantum computing as well. So in quantum computing also we are promoting, the enough research, promotions, and so on and so forth. So we have come up with a hand-holding of all the students and faculty members to progress further. And I welcome you all to take up these opportunities and and excel there. So our dreams actually lie in your dreams. So if you develop, if you progress, then certainly we will also progress. And that is our motto, and that is what is the vision that our current Vice Chancellor has. Now, I will not take too much time talking about the technical aspects of the seminar. Keynote speakers will speak more about artificial intelligence and the emerging technologies in the related areas, etc. I only say at this point in time that I am very glad, I am very happy, and I will be taking a very good memory of this conference, and I wish you all good luck for the success of this seminar. Everybody will be good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable experience and encouraging words for us. Next, I would like to introduce Professor Sandeep Sancheti. He is an institute builder, policy planner, regular columnist on various academic policies. He holds a PhD from Queen's University of Belfast, UK, MSc from DTU Delhi, and BTech from NIT Warangal. He is currently the Vice Chancellor at Marwari University, Rajkot, and Executive Council member of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, London. He is also a past president of Association of Indian Universities, New Delhi. Formerly, Dr. Sancheti heading 8 central government institutions of national importance. He has worked as director at National Institute of Technology, New Delhi, and NIT Surathkal. He was the director in charge at NIT Trichy, NIT Palikat, and SPA Delhi, and has also served as a mentor director of newly establishments of NIT Goa, NIT Puducherry, and NIT Sikkim. He is a recipient of Commonwealth Scholarship and Fellowships, and was a visiting faculty at Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok. I will now request Sir to please come and address the audience.
Namaskar and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you, Madam, for very generous introduction. Professor Mishra, Director, GL Bajaj Institute of Technology Management. Professor Singh from Patna, Professor Gaur from AKTU, other distinguished members on the dais, all my dear faculty members, all the participants for the international conference, and very importantly, all the students who are sitting here. It's a great opportunity for all of us to meet and greet and possibly learn through this exercise of attending the conference and sharing our ideas on important subject of AI and smart communications. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be part of it because these are the rare opportunities to recharge your batteries, recharge your mind in this fast-growing world. I think all of us should take time out, some time from our busy life to attend such conferences and meet the experts, particularly the young ones who have unhindered mind on new technologies and new ideas and who are ready to go. I'm very happy. I'm here with you today to learn more. My congratulations to the organizers of the conference, particularly the team, the GL Bajaj ITM, for seeding this idea, and it could not have been more timely than what it is today, because AI is a word almost every day you will be reading in the newspaper. Right today also it was there in the Times of India, that who are the competitors, what is right with chat GPT or what is wrong with it, how is it copying the assignments or how is it doing something else also. It's writing essays, it's writing speeches, it's clearing the test, admission tests and so on and so forth. So it's very timely that we are talking about this particular subject in this conference. Of course, my kudos to the organizers because a large number of submissions have happened in your case, around 1600 papers and 300 are going to be presented. My only wish would be the institution and all the contributors should gain immensely from that. Convert at least 10% of those papers into journal publications of repute with Scopus, SCI, etc., so that they can be propagated further. I think that was the wish both Professor Gaur and Professor Mishra was indicating, that it should be of common use, it should be going to masses, and therefore the journal would be one source where the referring and the completeness would be easily be there. And that's my wish, that you should stand to gain out of such a huge exercise which you are doing. So friends, I've been given 10 minutes. I can't take much of your time, but I'll talk about the subject because I belong to the subject domain. I'm an electronics engineer, as has been introduced to you. And of course, I had the opportunity to work in the early stages for the smart communication. I don't belong to AI, but I'll just touch base a little bit with AI. Some of you, those who are sitting on the back benches here or on the red chairs, if I may say so, the young people, You might think that AI is something very recent. AI is getting emerged now. I must tell you that when I was your age in 1970s and 80s, we were also introduced to this particular term called AI. Various other things were there related to that, neural networks and whatnot was there. It did come to the fore, it did not occupy the same position, possibly because the communications were lacking, the computing power was lacking, the storage was lacking, the word IoT was not heard, where the data would be generated automatically at every instance. And therefore, AI would not have been the same AI. But I must tell you that one form of AI came into existence from an Indian long time back, maybe 15 years back. He was from Nirma Institution in Ahmedabad. I forget his name, but he gave rise to what we call sixth sense. We have five senses, as all of us know that, and he came out with sixth sense that if you are going to shopping and if you're looking at a product and you have bought that product a couple of times, the history of that purchase or that particular product will be given to you on maybe your camera or maybe on your palm as a screen and maybe through something to your glasses and all that. And you can recall all the history and make your decision. So sixth sense will sense what you're looking at, why you're looking at, and how it can help you going further. I think that is intelligence. That is supporting the intelligence, whatever way you can call it, that was there. But if I may say that some of the simplest form of AI possibly could be the form which you probably know from the probably centuries old tradition of homeopathy. Homeopathy is the one which recorded every data, every symptom, every condition. And based on that, there were prescription of medicines and their dosage and their intensity, frequency, and so on and so forth. What precisely AI does, it collects a lot of data, uses the data to arrive at a certain decision, and gives back to you what should be done. And therefore, AI is something very old, but today we are getting it refined because it is of great use and it can be potentially be applied. We know in education, of course, the AI came into existence in a big way in COVID times because of the examination. Some of you didn't like it, some of you probably didn't want it, but it was essential. And examinations where the invigilation part could be helped by the AI kind of a tool probably was put in use. But I must tell you that even there, this use is something very old. I heard one faculty member from New South Wales University some 5 years back, and he was using AI as well as some social platforms and other things which are there, some chat things and all those were there with him. And he claimed and he showcased using certain commercial tools that he was taking a class of 500 students and he was able to give personal attention to every student, depending upon what is needed, as speed, at what level a person is sitting, what is the attention level, and so on and so forth. So there are many tools which are going to come up based on the AI, which will help us in the education also. And of course, the new emergence of ChatGPT from OpenAI, or maybe what you call black box or GIT lab or something coming from Microsoft and so on and so forth will change the world. And therefore, it's right time to take a plunge in this particular domain and work and contribute. Even if your core domain is mechanical or civil, doesn't matter. AI will be applicable in every sort of design which you are trying to do, every sort of other application which you are trying to do. AI can be used. It only augments and facilitates the human mind with certain data, certain information, and certain do's and don'ts which are there. I can now come to the smart communication, which is very, very important. I would say that the world would not have been the same without the communication. The human would not be human without the communication, so would be the case with the world. And when we talk about the smart communication, we know that it has converted the entire world into a small global village, you can call it, a village, you can call it. And that reminds me of a simple terminology or a film which I came to see maybe 20, 25 years back, and it was quite a famous movie, and which said, Honey, I Shrunk the World. And I think that's what precisely the smart communication does. It has shrunk the world. Today, you can talk to anyone, whether you're on a North Pole or South Pole, or you're doing anything, you are just connected to a video and an audio connectivity, share anything, get anything, data, information, whatever. And that's how the AI's emergency has also come into picture. Without data communication, without communication, AI would not have been the AI what we are trying to see today. And therefore, you can say that many technologies put together have given rise to what we call the smart communication. Friends, I myself had chance in early 90s to work on some of the technologies which led to what we call smart communication. Two of them were the active antennas and the smart antennas. I'll just give you the explanation of smart antenna is an antenna which can possibly see in the direction from where the signal is coming. It's something like that. When you are trying to hear, you are unable to hear a particular message coming to you, you try to focus your ear in that particular direction. So in the same fashion, an antenna can also focus its direction by forming the beam and receive the signal from the direction where it wants to receive and leave the rest of them to reduce the interference. So these were the kind of technologies which are coming to being to give rise to what we call the smart communications, which are there. There are many technologies which are there called modulation, the OFDM kind of a technology or the new coding technologies which are there, the new protocols because it's all data communication. Even voice is data, picture is data, data is data, everything is data today. And therefore, there are protocols for data communication which are there. And then there are special protocols for real-time data or data where the less overhead is required, like VoIP and all that. So all those things are there. These are giving rise to what we call smart communication. But I must say that the origin of one of the pioneers of what we call smart communication in my mind happens to be an experiment called Iridium. It was in late 90s and early 2000s, possibly with a participation of 10 to 12 countries. India being a partner, we invested a lot of money. And this Iridium was a constellation of 66 satellites in the lower Earth orbit. And those satellites were able to talk to each other and make you connect to the whole world through a mobile communication technology, you can say. It was a technical marvel, it succeeded, and that's the reason why today satellite communication is becoming very popular and easy to understand and do. But it was at that time, it was probably properly formulated. The whole experiment was technologically a marvel, but it failed because of the commercial reasons. At that time, in early 2000, in one of the conferences, I had gone to that as a demonstration call. The cost of the call was 40 rupees a second. So it was pretty costly, but it failed. But that led to many other successes which are there. One of such successes will be high altitude platform, HAP we call it, that all your mobile stations possibly will not be on the ground, can go above the atmosphere around 200, 300 kilometers. And from there, the coverage areas will be more. From there, everything else can be more. You have less call drops, less interruptions, less protocols in terms of handing over and taking over, so on and so forth. And therefore, there can be many things from the HAP which will come. You already seen the emergence of Indian GPS. I'm sure many of you already know about it. Started with Gagan-like experiment, but today it is Navik, and we are very proud to share that this would be possibly the best GPS available in the world right now. It is better than the current GPS which is there. All your mobile henceforth in India are bound to have support for that. And it's better because using a new approach for making the measurements and giving the coordinates in terms of your location and movement, etc. So there are so many other things which are there. You already know that India's own lead in 5G. Of course, there was 1G, 2G, 2.5G, 3G, 4G. We all borrowed everything from here and there. Maybe we are not aware, we didn't have money. But when it came to 5G, India drove it like a mission. And because of that, we have launched the 5G recently successfully. So all those things are greatly happening. And I'm possibly going to see many other changes. And one of them will be the free space optical communication. Right now, most of the optical thing is through fibers, but possibly it has to be free space. Then the bandwidth will be infinite, communication will be much faster. And by the way, I'm going to conclude now with this statement here only that free space optical communication is the one which gave rise to what you call the word communication itself, maybe centuries ago. You can possibly say that at the time when the human emerged and they needed to communicate to each other at a long distance, they will only light fire. maybe at certain time, maybe of a certain color, maybe, and through that code only, you could possibly see that someone is there is communication happening. And in case you don't understand that, I will request the young generation to see some of the movies of what you call the erstwhile young angry man Amitabh Bachchan. Some of the famous movies called Janjeer and Diwar and other things, if you happen to see, you will find that such coding was used for communication during the movie itself and the display of the movie, and that was nothing but a free space optical communication. So once again, the whole thing is going to rotate. We are going to come back to some of the newer technologies which has its origin long back, like AI and smart communication. My dear friends, with these few words, I once again congratulate the institution, the GL Bajaj, ITN, the leadership, Professor Mishra, and all of you for your endeavor in making such conferences, attending such conferences, and also inviting us. My best wishes. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing technical insights about the technical field. It will definitely be very helpful for our future research. Next, I would like to invite Dr. R.K. Singh, who is a professor and presently working as a Vice Chancellor, Patliputra University, Patna, Bihar. He obtained his PhD from Allahabad University and ME from BITS Pilani. He is the recipient of numerous awards and honors. He is engaged in teaching, research, administration, and consultancy for the last 28 years. Apart from this, he has worked as a director, B.G. Kumar Institute, Almora, Uttarakhand. Dr. Singh started his esteemed career as a teaching assistant at BITS Pilani and as a research assistant and scientist at Siri Pilani. Professor Singh has received felicitations and awards for professional bodies such as Rashtriya Samman Puraskar, Jewel of India Award, Rashtriya Ekta Award, Arm of Excellence Award 2004. Professor Singh has guided 22 PhDs and about 15 AMTech theses. He has participated in various national and international conferences and published more than 120 research papers in national and international journals of repute. He has also authored 8 books. Besides this, he has undertaken numerous consultancies for state government and various PSUs. I request Sir to please share his experience.
Good afternoon to all of you. I think Jose is not there. All of you are exhausted. Good afternoon. Yes, this is what we expect from such international conferences. This should be always full of energy. Thanks for inviting me at GL Bajaj Institute of Technology. All the dignitaries on the dais, the director of GL Bajaj, Mishra ji, Prabhat Sharma ji, scientist, EDRDO, Dr. Manish Gaur, Pro Vice Chancellor, AKTU, Dr. Sandeep Sacheti ji, the Vice Chancellor of Marwadi University, Gujarat, and Dr. Lara Liasian from Philippines, and Antonio from Italy, and other dignitaries on the dais, and keynote speakers of the today's international conference, all the dignitaries of the dais, and I will name out some of the faculty of J. Bajaj. Dr. Mavin is well known to me, and I think that from the pure fraternity of the faculty, Dr. Some technical university might have produced more than 5 or 6 PhD from, and those belong to your faculties from Uttarakhand Technical University. The topic of the day of the international conference, artificial intelligence and smart communication. All the honorable guest has been spoken so much about artificial intelligence and smart communication. But you know that these kinds of platforms used to provide us a learning platform for us. There will be so many speakers who will enlighten about artificial intelligence and communication and many more things. The very rightly pointed out by Professor Sancheti about artificial intelligence and smart communication, few things. And then from all 3 days, we learned a lot. But the very important aspects, without government of India and most probably our Prime Minister has written about NAP 2020, and he talked about the quality education now. The days has gone when we talk of the quantity and the how much quality products we are producing. That is more important rather than increase of the quantity. As all of us know, that in the NEP 2020, we talk of how we can bring all the educational into the one umbrella. Either we go for the schooling education, either we go for the higher education, either we go for the medical education or the technical education. Can we bring it into the one umbrella? Where students, when enters, and he should excel in his study, in higher education especially, and can do well with the quality, not with the quantitative aspects. I will not much focus about the technical aspects of artificial intelligence and smart communication because you will learn all those things and certain things will be discussed throughout the day and 3 days. And the time also not permit me to speak out within 10 days, 10 minutes. And already the time has been, we are over the time. But certain things which reminds me or which repeal me rather than remind. If we do remember our olden days, and when we talk of the communication, we have, when we are calling each and everyone, that time we don't have a mobile. The handsets were very limited, and when we dial or make connection to one or other, every time we used to get the please dial after some time on the roads are busy. Now this is also happening. We are talking about everybody is busy nowadays in doing some other things. But in the fertility of our faculties, how much we talk about the quality and how to produce the quality research. Because we can talk of much on artificial intelligence, we can talk of Internet of Things. We can talk of communications. But really, how many quality products and quality PhDs are produced? That is of much worry. And if we have to increase the quality, our government has to go with the pace of opening 50 schools per week and 10 higher education and 10 universities per week, whether it is feasible. Because what is happening nowadays, if we talk of that, there is a very few universities with a large number of students. Sessions are irregular. We are not conducting the examination on time. And what to talk about the result declaration of the students. So can we formulate all these kinds of technology like the artificial intelligence and smart communication, what communication into this all inherent features? And can we do change the some traditional things which are adopted in our examination system and our own university setups? Can we apply all these technologies for the benefit of the students, for the benefit of cause of the quality? If we do, we'll certainly do the justice with our nation, with our quality of the student, what will produce. I think that I will not must talk of more, but that I will not permit. When we talk of the communication, the days will be not far. When the mobile what we have in our hand, it will be replaced by the chips, will be fit into the number system, and what we can talk without the mobile communication. We can interconnect and connect with each other smartly. The days will come. But my worry, my colleague has said that Corona has given some negative aspects, but I have a different idea that Corona has given a learning thoughts for us that how we should be smart enough to cater down all these things throughout this technology. That is more important than talking about the negative aspects. Thank you very much for inviting me here. And one more thing that I would like to request from your director that if you want to do an MOU with Patliputra University, Patna, for developing a culture of research as a platform using the Patliputra University, I will be happy to have an MOU with your dear Bajaj. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, I would request Dr. Lara Siam to address the gathering. Before that, I from the University of Bangalore, with successful presentation of master, with one user's knowledge, all its design, principles, and limitations. Right that, she launched her own business called TAPD2D, a cryptocurrency-enabled platform, custodial, and cybersecurity consultancy service with the country's largest financial literacy group, Traders Apprentice Philippines. She also has more than she also has more than 2 years of working experience as a key account manager for Enterprise Limited, a digital payment service company in Singapore. As for now, she is busy setting up her own cryptocurrency project called Twin Revenge Token.
through artificial intelligence, I think this is the most satisfying part of my career. And if I have to give advice to all you students, please remember, just keep going because you are a part of the future. And to be able to influence by not by being given the power to influence the future is a big part of life. And thank you so much. I would like to thank Professor Satya Redra for inviting me here. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I will introduce Professor Antonio Belizo. He is an assistant professor at the University of Messina. In year 2020, he received a PhD from University of Reggio Calabria, Italy. He received his BSc and MSc in computer engineering from University of Messina. Before starting the PhD, he worked as a senior software developer and a team leader at the University of Messina from year 2014 to 2016. Currently, he is a project in charge of Intra-Anni, an Italian project funded by the Ministry of Interior. In year 2019, he was the PI of a project funded by European Pre-Commercial Requirement Project Select for Cities. His main research area focused on the security of cloud, edge, IoT technology for smart cities, and e-health solutions, including big data management and blockchain. Due to his contribution to the research, he has been selected among top 200 young researchers in mathematics and computer science to participate in the prestigious Heidelberg Laureate Forum held in Heidelberg in year 2019. I request her to please comment at this occasion.
Thank you for this invitation. It's an honor for me to be here with you. Really, thank you. Today in this conference we are discussing about artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is useful, but probably you know better than me that artificial intelligence, to make artificial intelligence, you need data. So this means that if you are going with a small data set, then you can learn your machine learning model. Otherwise, with the advent of big data, that is the one of the top trends in computer science, it's not possible to move big data from a place to another. No? And now, currently, a new paradigm called the edge intelligence has born. Edge intelligence means that you make the model, the training model, close to where data are, in the edge devices, and then you make the computation. But these I want to write with you. The problem of edge intelligence is sustainability, because if you consider that everyone that wants to make his own system has to make his own training, so it's a problem. According to recent forecastings, in 2022, just to learn these machine learning models on the edge, we used more energy than Switzerland used for 1 year. So, in my opinion, we should start our research in a new way, looking at sustainability and looking at innovative systems. In my opinion, this problem could be solved by using some approaches like federated learning and cluster learning. But I would like also to think of this by yourself and try to make some research, because in my opinion, in the next 2 years, this will be a new trend for research. So I really thank you, all of you, for your attention and for your kind invitation, and I am here if you want to make the conversation more. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would request Professor Jagdish Rajendran to address the gathering. Before that, I would give a brief introduction about him. He is currently serving as a senior lecturer at the Collaborative Microelectronic Design Excellence Center and School of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, University Saints Malaysia, working on CMOS analog IC design, CMOS radio frequency, IC design, and gallium arsenide monolithic micro integrated circuit design. He received his PhD in microelectronics engineering from University of Milan. He was with Layer Technology as an antenna designer, followed by serving Motorola Technologies from year 2005 to 2007 as an R&D engineer working on mobile phone receiver system. In year 2008, Dr. Jagdishwaran joined Broadcom as an MMIC designer, working mainly on gallium arsenide-based power amplifier, LNA, and gain blocks, where he was elevated to the rank of principal engineer later. In year 2015, he joined Stilton Malaysia, working on CMOS RFIC design, device modeling, and power MOS. He has published 75 research papers, mainly in journals, and holds one US patent and two international patents recently filed. Dr. Jagdishwaran received the IEEE Circuit and System Outstanding Doctoral Dissertation Award in year 2015. He served as the chairman of IEEE ED, NPD, SSC, Finance Chapter in year 2011 and 18. He is also a senior member of IEEE. Request her to please come and address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, fellow students. Thank you very much for inviting me to JL Bajaj. And thank you very much to all our honorable guests for their fantastic address. Okay, the most exciting word at the moment in the world is metaverse. So we are trying to bring a simulated environment to our hand, right? Using various mobile communication devices with the aid of artificial intelligence. Okay? But as the software is maturing, artificial intelligence, the question that we need to ask about ourselves, can the hardware support? Right? So complex algorithm processing technologies are needed to make artificial intelligence more mature, more user-friendly, right? So at the moment, right, with the evolution of the chip technology, because basically I'm an IC designer, right? Power consumption is a huge challenge. You need large battery power devices if you want to take around everything wirelessly. So how are we going to address this issue? The challenge is basically to reduce, to come up with new technology, to develop ICs, integrated circuits, that will operate in low power consumption using various methodologies, like energy harvesting scheme and basically circuitry techniques to reduce the power consumption of the chip. And with the aid of 5G, the evolution of 5G is really at the right time at this point because it will help to make artificial intelligence to be materialized easily. We are talking about business and industry, which is going to give you 13.1 trillion US dollar revenue by 2025, and it's able to create about 23.8 million jobs. Right. So, as a student, right, we have two choices basically to work, to involve, engage ourselves in the software part, okay, to make the algorithm, to create software that basically help to reduce the power consumption of the chip. Because at the end of the day, the software and the hardware have to work together, right? So, or you can work in the hardware part, basically, right? So by combining these two technologies with the aid of artificial intelligence, basically, you can create your own environment, right? Your own job opportunity. You can work from anywhere, regardless how old are you, how young are you, right? So because everything will be within your fingertips, basically. So in this 3 days conference, right? So you will be exposed to various technical challenges, technical findings, research findings from various presenters that may help to increase your knowledge in this field of artificial intelligence, which not only involve the booming of the software but also the hardware. So this is a great opportunity for young minds like you to get involved in this so that you can create your own environment, own job opportunity, and basically you can become the master of your own destiny. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Yogendra Narayan Singh. He received his PhD from IIT BSU, Masters from IIT Kanpur, and he did BTech from HBTI Kanpur. His research work focuses on the area of pattern recognition, machine learning, social media analytics, medical image computing, and biometrics. The aim of his research is to explore the knowledge of mathematics, artificial intelligence, cognitive science, and biomedical science to provide solutions to the problems related to the machine vision, human recognition, healthcare informatics, prediction, and discovering knowledge of real-world environment. So please come and share your opinion.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all of you. First, I would like to thank Dr. Manas Mishra ji, Director, Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management, Honorable Vice Chancellors present here, Dr. Sandeep Sancheti sir, Professor R.K. Singh sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Manish Professor, DPTU, distinguished guests present on the dais, deans, faculty members, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me and a great pleasure to be the part of this IEEE International Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Smart Communication. Firstly, I would like to thank the organizer of AISC 2023 for inviting me at this important moment of this discussion. Being an AI learner, I would like to share my experiences, what we learned from last decade in the area of artificial intelligence and associated skills. In simple words, if we say that AI is nothing but it is an art of making the machine intelligent. As far as for the scientists and engineers, we are always struggling to design and develop a machine which works like us, which works like human beings. You see, we are at the age where we are claiming that huge technological advancements are already done, but still, the development of AI are at very early stage. If I'm not wrong, it is the just first step where the scientist community is actually thinking to do in the area of artificial intelligence. If we trace back the history of this particular discipline, it is very young. Young in the sense hardly over 65 years are passed where the first time this word was coined. But the growth of this science, this technology is tremendous. Why this is so? Because we actually realize, yes, we can ease our life through this technology. I would like to share, there is generous question comes in mind. In this science is very young, how or why this science is so powerful? The reason being, the very first reason being this technology is very powerful is because it is a unique science which acquires knowledge from all disciplines that are existed. For example, social sciences, psychology, philosophy, economics, from mathematics, theory of probability, utility theory, great, from biology, neurosciences, computer science and all. So the knowledge that we are trying to learn from this discipline and try to apply the knowledge in this domain of artificial intelligence to solve our problems, to solve our real life problems. I would like to share one thing here. The last decade in the development of AI was primarily focused on sophisticated, the laboratory-based experiments, where the group of people like NASA or ISRO are developed their own the application programs. For example, remote sensing programs, or you can say the astronaut supported systems and so on. But this century, we are looking something beyond from the laboratory. We are actually trying to get what this technology can provide to the common man. It is something like means how to make the life, to make the society, or to provide a support to make life easier of a common man. For example, if we talk about healthcare, so our objective is what? Our objective is something accessible and affordable, quality healthcare to all of them. It could not possible without technology. And here, AI can have a very great role, or can play a very great role we have to think of. The second important thing is, I am finding all these areas in context of Indian, in the country like India. For example, agriculture, it is hardly think of whether AI-enabled systems can be employed in agriculture so that we can transform the life of farmers. Yes, of course, it could possible. It could possible to improve the incomes of the farmers. It could possible to improve the productivity, and we can actually, fulfill the need of the people. In education, now the research is starting now. How AI can play an important role in education. As I told, this is the very first step. You have a great opportunity to design some system like intelligent tutoring system, which are not available at all. We are hardly based on Google or Meet or something, Google Classroom. Those are nothing. So it means we have to design a system that basically provides immediate and customized needs of learner. That we can do? Yes, of course. That it is not far away. There are other applications like smart cities and infrastructure. Everywhere, planning is going on. but we hardly think of whether we have the technology. And the people like you are not take this opportunity to develop the system for the efficient operations to control urban activities. It is hardly possible. And it can only possible with the technology like AI. Everybody is facing, the problem, and everybody think of hassle-free movement, or ease of transportation. Could it possible? It could not be possible like intelligent tools or like intelligent agents based on AI. And another application. Everyone is using the social media. We always generating data, and the volume of data is hardly counted at this moment. If I provide a small sample, around 60% of global population is now sharing social media. And you believe what amount of data we are generating? We generating data, a small figure is something like for a single individual of the globe carrying over 21,000 gigabytes of data. Now, what the aim is? Our aim is, for it possible to structure all such things? Without structuring, would it possible to analyze such things? And the next thing, in the coming years, we will face the problem like, it is quite obvious, for example, fake news, fake reviews, influence marketing, and their negative impact. So how you can take the challenges? These challenges are now demands your participations across disciplines. It is not at all required whether a person of computer science can play an important role in designing part of intelligence. It is not. Something, because AI is something that becomes powerful because of it acquired knowledge all around. So we should ready to contribute in this domain of artificial intelligence. As far as commercial value is concerned, because most of the time students focused on हमें मिलेगा क्या? A great commercial impact is waiting to you, and this impact is something like by 2030, the AI market, the size of AI market is something $2 trillion US. And as far as the Indian context is concerned, by 2035, our economy is AI contribution in our economy will cross $1 trillion. So there are a lot of opportunities are available. There is a very big question that is always emerging as far as to our the AI researchers or scientists concerned regarding jobs. The latest survey report of World Economic Forum projected that in the recent means by the year of 2025, around 100 million jobs will be created on the basis of AI or AI knowledge. This is a good, the light part of this story. One, the worry part is on the same time about 80 million jobs will be lost. But we are still 20 million jobs are gaining by 2025. The only challenge is, yes, the only challenge that left behind is the nature of job or the distribution of job that may be unequal. And it is all depend upon your knowledge, your quality of knowledge, your standards, and also factors. And since there is an open space available, my dear students, it is up to you. The seats, like the Newton and Einsteins are vacant here, and it is up to you. You can claim, you can lead in this domain and provide solutions, and you can still occupy the seats of Newtons and Einsteins in this area of artificial intelligence. So I would like to conclude my words with the famous quote of Dr. Nelson Mandela said about the education. Education is the most powerful tool that you can use to change the world. But what we can say, yes, artificial intelligence is one of the most fantastic and powerful gift given by scientists and technologists, which you can use to change the world. And finally, we can say AI is the passport to the future. And if you want to become the leader for tomorrow's, then you have to prepare from today itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to invite the final speaker of the day, Professor Prabhakar Tiwari. Dr. Tiwari on BE Electrical Engineering and then Power System and PhD with Power System Pricing, especially in deregulated systems. His teaching, research, and consulting area have been focused to power and energy and the quality in technical education. He has been speaking and writing regularly on pricing, energy conservation, and quality in technical education. He has been professional member of ITP since last 13 years, member Power and Energy Society, Smart Grid Society, and ITP Education Society. So please come and address the gathering.
Honorable members on the dais, faculty members, participants, and dear students, a very good afternoon. So, I have to conclude not the conference, but this session, this series of the speeches. So, I comes from IEEE, so I will talk about IEEE. Your conference, your first of all, from where this conference comes. This conference is being organized by student branch of IEEE. IEEE is a global professional community spanning in more than 180 countries, organizes the highest number of conferences in the world, approximately 2,000 conferences. So almost every day, on average, you'll find 4 and 5 conferences somewhere in the whole world is being organized. And it encompasses almost all the fields of engineering and management. Now, so out of 10 branches, 10 regions, this R10 is our region, and in R10
which is having more than 70 sections. This IEEE UP section is one of them. There is one group also council, that is India Council it is called, which is having 12 sections, and UP section is one of them. And in UP section, which covers the region of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, having more than 100 IEEE branches, this branch, Bajaj Technology and Management Institute student branch is one of the branches. Under umbrella of which you are organizing this conference. I congratulate the organizers for this conference. It is one of the several conferences being organized by Bajaj every year. 3-4 conferences. Now, let me tell you what is the quantum of effort which is needed, which has been put before bringing this conference to you, dear students, so that you can take the full advantage of it. To organize a conference, IEEE conference, it takes at least 1 to 2 years, minimum 1 year. Before that, IEEE do not entertain the conference. And ideally, it should be 2 years, so that you can plan each and every activity properly. Once you select a good team, and see, it is not one-man show. IEEE conference is never a one-man show. If somebody is trying to organize, he will fail. It is a group activity. There are so many events like short-term training program, STTP, FDP, workshop, seminar, symposium, etc. that one person can organize, but certainly conference cannot be organized without a good team. And once you plan your conference, you apply to IEEE. IEEE review your application and based on the merit give the approval, finding that the institute has capability, institute and your team both has the capability to organize the conference, then team start working and they call for paper. When papers are submitted by the researchers, it is reviewed through a very rigorous process. Again, it comes, the question of your big group of reviewers having this capability to review the paper of all your selected domain of the conference, area of the conference in which you have called the papers. There will be few papers which certainly they might be in the first view seem to be from your conference topic, but they may not match the reviewers, the organizers, they need to reject that paper. Once you finish your review, your conference day comes, the responsibility of the organizers again it is increased. This is inaugural session. It in fact it briefs with the various other leaders in this area of the conference through the glimpse of what this area is, why we are, and what is the significance of this area. So, After this, various technical sessions take place, and the responsibility of the organizers again is there to ensure that papers are presented. But more than that, students, your responsibility is that select the area of your interest and sit in the sessions. I have seen many conferences where very few people are there in the technical sessions to listen the presentations. So don't do that. At least choose fields of your expertise. I have heard that computer science and artificial intelligence here, the department is, I think, more than 50% of the whole institute. Right? So it is nice that you are having this very rare opportunity to listen from the expertise researchers from your area. Take the advantage for next 3 days, and there should be some good takeaway on how to proceed, what area to select, and in which area, what is the scope of your work. And then once this conference is over, then organizers have the responsibility to bind up the conference financially and technically with sending the proceeding to ICT. So this conference is the only event which out of all the technically recognized events which needs to be planned at least 1 year ahead. And after the organization of conference, it takes at least 1 to 2 months to wind, right? So guys, it is very big effort of the institute, big effort of the leaders. I hope everybody will enjoy the learning, utilizing this platform, rare opportunity to get something that is parallel to, that is beyond your syllabus. It will certainly take your career to the next level of achievement. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the conference and your valuable experience. Now, I would like to invite our director, sir, to present mementos as a token of gratitude to all our guests. Sir, please present the memento to Dr. Subhas Sarkar. Next to Dr. Subhas Sarkar. Dr. R.K. Singh. Dr. Manish Gaur. Dr. Lara Scan. Professor Antonio Diallo. Dr. Jagdishwaran Rajan. Professor Jagdishwaran Rajan. Professor Bajaj. Professor Prabhakar Tiwari. And then all the delegates from Ghana to kindly receive the digital conference from them.
I request the dignitaries to kindly release the.
We are all very happy to release the souvenir digitally. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would now request Dr. Shashank Awasthi to please come for vote of thanks.
Namaskar, one and all present here. I feel privileged to be holding the vote of thanks here at AISC 2023. Before proceeding further, I want to say something related to the research and incubation. What our college is doing now, because we are finally our research and innovation is made for the students and the community. So what we are doing, we are focusing on the two things. First thing is the RIS, RISE. RISE means research, I for innovation and incubation, and S for startup, and finally entrepreneurship. So our institute is working on these aspects. And second thing, we are also working on the 5 P's of the academia. These are the first one is the problem. Students should come with a problem, then they publish this, patent this, and make a project from that, and finally make a product. So that a student can't be a job seeker, they can be a job creator. So the aim of this conference is to create the job creator and to encourage research and innovation. Now I extend my gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Subhas Sarkar ji, who is not present here because of his busy schedule. So I am very thankful to him. I am also thankful to Professor Sancheti ji, Vice Chancellor, Marwadi University, Gujarat. I am also thankful to Dr. PK Singh, RK Singh ji, Patil Vice Chancellor, Patil University. I am also thankful to Manish Gaurji, Professor Antonio, Professor Dr. Subhas Sarkar, Professor Jagdishwaran, Professor YNC, Dr. Lara, and Professor Prabhakar Tiwari. So finally, I want to end my book of thanks with a quote which is very close to my heart. Work for a cause, work for a cause, not for applause. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Please stand up for the national anthem.
Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, India, Himachal, Yamuna, Ganga, Uchal, Jagannatha. तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जय जय मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय।
Now